Hello everyone, we have a very special guest joining us today, our very own CYS Nutritionist, Ms. Teresa Turner. Ms. Turner, thank you so much for joining us today. You could have been anywhere today, but you chose to be here with us, so we appreciate it. How long have you been a registered dietitian? And then how long have you been working here at CYS?
Well, first, thank you for having me, of course. My pleasure. I've been a dietitian only since January 2017. I've studied it for much longer than that, but that's when I officially took my exam. And I've been here since June 2017, so about 4.5 years almost.
Okay. So you're coming up on 5 years here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as a CYS nutritionist, what exactly do you do?
Well, the main thing is making sure the children are fed. To go deeper in that, we actually use the Child and Adult Care Food Program, which is one of the USDA child nutrition programs. A lot of people are familiar with school breakfast and school lunch, but not necessarily all the other ones, the after-school snack and the summer meals program and things like that. So we use the USDA and their food program in order to serve certain types of meals for reimbursement. So I make sure that we have the food for that, the whatever utensils and things that people need to execute that program. Make sure that the menus are dated and go out, and so they're posted in the buildings. I don't create the menus personally. That's done up on the MCOM level in San Antonio. But also the invoicing, making sure that the food is paid for with our vendors, making sure the food is safe and that the staff have the training to safely prepare and serve food. That's the most important parts of what I do.
So basically, you ensure that DoD children that use our centers and everything, that they're eating healthy, well-balanced meals, all in the centers there.
Essentially, yes, making sure that they have access to the variety of meals that they need to properly develop as children.
So I know this question has to come up. Are parents asking why their 2-year-old is eating quinoa, pilaf, and with turnips and collard greens? And why not stick with traditional kid-friendly meals that are healthy?
I have been asked that over the years since the menu started. These new menus came out right around when I started, May, June, and then I started in June 2017. I do get asked that, and one wonderful thing about what I do is being able to teach. And a lot of people don't realize that children are simply smaller people, and they eat the same food. They can eat any food that adults can eat, except for it has to be they can't choke on it, and it can't be too spicy or too sharp of a taste to fit their young taste buds. But things like salad, things like quinoa, steak, chicken, all of those things can be eaten as early as a child is able to accept those foods. You can start as early as 6 months. In some places, if the child is able to accept solid foods, they would just have to be either softened, pureed, chopped very small, and things like that. And as far as traditional foods, I'm glad that people are starting to broaden their horizons about what kid-friendly food is. Typical traditional foods were marketed to children in usually something that's sweet or something that's fried or something that's salty, made in fun shapes and colors with toys, as we know with kids meals and things like that. But as we get further into health and nutrition and trying to prevent obesity and overweight in children, we realize that you can make colorful, shapely, tasteful things out of vegetables. You can make it out of lean protein. Perfect example, things I've seen bell peppers, the rings of bell peppers being shaped into fun things for kids to play with, and those come in oranges, greens, yellows, things like that. And I think parents are now starting to realize that if we offer things and we make it fun and we incorporate them at home and we incorporate them with games and in shapes and sizes that our children are familiar with, that they're more prone to try them.
So, what do you do if you get a child that is refusing to just eat anything, and say that child's there from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 at night or something, that's 12 hours of not eating anything, which obviously at that age isn't ideal.
And that's an excellent question. And there will always be children that have, on an individual basis, that have eating habits or eating aversions that keep them from eating certain things. We have our wonderful Meade team, which comes together. That includes our special needs coordinator, our nurse, Army Public Health nurse, our chief, who get together when we have children with some type of eating issue that they won't eat anything at all, and then provisions can be made from a medical standpoint if it's a case that it's found that it's harmful to the child over time.
So, I don't know if you can answer this question, but why can't parents pack their child's food for the day that they know that they'll eat? Why is that not an option?
It would be individual parents bringing in things for up to, at full capacity, almost 1,000 children. And we would have to manage that and keep it safe, and also worry about what is coming in with the food. The food's coming from someone's individual household, which we have no control over. Whereas in our facilities, we can make sure that it's safe, and we can make sure that it contains something that's for proper development.
We'll stop grilling you on food and nutrition for now, no pun intended. And we'll ask some lighter questions now. So, what is something we wouldn't know about you just by looking at you or looking at your resume or something?
Maybe I'm a very handy person. And I have to think about what is it that's something that I don't talk about at work. I build. I like to build things. I like to put things together. I'm very savvy when it comes to anything in my house that didn't come put together. I put it together myself. Most things at my mother's house growing up, as far as when I became a teenager and older, her entertainment system, all those things, I put those together. I really, really love my tools. I love working in my yard as well. I think a lot of people would know that I like to do carpentry.
I'm not sure you want to admit that. They might try to recruit you for maintenance projects and stuff around here. But
I'll build. I'll do it if it needs to be done.
How about any outside of building stuff, any hidden talents?
Literally nothing. I was never the talented one in my family. I wasn't the one. My sister sings. My brother plays instruments. I was just kind of the nerd. I really don't have any hidden talents. I just really, really like to read things. I like to gain new insight on stuff, which is not necessarily a talent, but that's what I spend my time outside of here doing. So,
I think that's a talent. It takes a certain discipline to want to have the patience to read and want to gain new understanding, new skills, just growing your knowledge base and everything. So I would say that's a talent.
I appreciate that, because Lord knows I was the non-talented one.
So would you say you're competitive at all?
I think I'm more compete with myself than anything. I wouldn't say I'm outwardly competitive, because I don't really delve into that. I try to be better than I was yesterday, better than I was last year. Whenever I wake up, I want to be advanced in something that I wasn't in the past. That's my goal. So I guess I'm competitive in that way. I probably should relax, but I don't know, I just can't.
Well, we're going to play a game now and see who can assemble their portion of a nutrition puzzle the fastest. So we got the different food groups in puzzle form. So if you like, we can see who can assemble their food group the fastest.
I'm ready. I'm scared. You haven't practiced yet, have you, Jimmy? I'm scared.
No, I haven't practiced.
Let's see. I'm with it. I'm ready.
So we're going to start our little puzzle competition. So, Ms. Turner, you're our guest. I'll let you choose what food group you want.
I'm going to choose the vegetable group.
You're choosing vegetables, and I'll choose fruits.
All right, that works. We got some produce.
On your mark, get set, go. I actually forget myself. It's been a while.
I had 2 pieces left. I was trying to see the shape of it. That's what I was trying to figure out, but you did good. You did great. I didn't know it was supposed to be a circle, and then I realized.
I think it makes a full circle.
I realized that now. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us again, and thanks for all that you do for CYS.
Thank you for everything to you. Thank you for this and for all that you do. Absolutely. You help make this fun and make it happen and get the word out. So I really appreciate you.
Hey, Miss Teresa Turner, everyone. Thank you.